Hello there everyone, and welcome back to another Animal Crossing New Horizons design video. Today I will be taking you through the speed build of a design that I did, or a terraforming project I should say, that I did a few weeks ago in my live stream, which you can see on screen now. If you want to check out that video, don't forget eye icon, top right hand corner now. I'll also put it in the description below. So today I will be doing the speed build of that live stream and transforming this area here into something like this. Yes, we have our jetty, we have our large lake, and we've got the cliffs and the trees. I'm really excited to bring this design to you. If you want to check out how my videos are going, if you need any updates, or if you're wondering where a video is, because sometimes they can be a bit late, you know, life is a thing, check out my Twitter account, you'll find out there. And if you ever try a design, check out my Instagram account, tag me because I will feature them in my stories. And I also feature designs that I don't always put on my island or I don't do videos on, so you can check out all the designs and more on my Instagram account. And if you want to have a look at these designs for yourself to get inspiration, I have finally released my dream code. My dream code will be on screen around about now, and this dream code will have this design plus a couple of others that will be featured in upcoming videos there. So if you want a sneak peek of what's coming up, don't forget you can check out my dream code and have a run around and see what designs I currently have. So with all of that housekeeping out of the way, we are going to get into the design, starting with these catalog items and these DIYs. You'll also want to use these custom codes. So the first thing we're going to be doing is sketching out our lake, and by what I mean by that is that every few paces I put down just a square of water just to see how it is walking around that area and if I like the shape. This stops me from terraforming a whole heap of the area and then deciding, oh, hang on, I don't like this, and then having to redo it. So this just gives you a better idea of how it might potentially look, as well as being able to allocate space for trees, which you can see when I dig holes. Those are where trees are potentially going to be. So I'm liking the shape that I have going there, and now I'm going to begin terraforming this area. As you're going through and terraforming big areas such as cliffs or lakes or different water features like rivers or waterfalls, what I found really useful is to also look at my map just so I can see what the shape is like from a bigger perspective. So here we're going to be doing the jetty. I have a wooden plank design and we're just going to be putting that down. I kind of eyeballed how far I wanted it to go based on where I could see kind of like the edge of where I thought the lake would be and how long, how much of that I wanted to see. So at that point, it was probably about like 7 squares, 8 squares up, but then I did bring that back a bit. So unfortunately, you might have to eyeball that. I haven't got the exact dimensions. This is just more of a process of how I go about designing bigger areas rather than actual dimensions for this one, unfortunately. So we're just going to keep chipping away at this. I try to keep a reasonably natural shape. I don't have it quite uniform because lakes aren't that uniform themselves, and I wanted to have like little nooks where I could put items a little bit later and also have space for trees. So just to remember, if you want to be planting trees, you will have to allow for close to like a 9, it's in like the center of a 9 or 3x3 square. So as you can see there, I've tried to leave space around the trees. And of course our friend Lolly has joined us. If you checked out my live stream, you will know how difficult it was to terraform this area, because Lolly, true to the nature of being a cat, decided that she wanted to play around and sit where I needed to terraform. Okay, so we're close to getting there. Just a little bit more. So as I do this, I tend to do it in bits and pieces. There you go, there's Lolly. Bits and pieces, so I'll do a little bit of the edging, go in, fill it in, see where I am with the edging. If I like that, go in and just cut a little bit more out. This is to stop you also from doing what I've done numerous times and building my entire lake and then realizing that I've marooned myself on an island. So this technique allows you to build big bodies of water without worrying about leaving yourself stranded on a tiny island and then having to terraform your way out. Also, a good thing to note is that you don't need to clear out weeds when you are terraforming either cliffs or water because they just disappear as you go digging. Unfortunately, this will not work for fossils or for golden glow areas either. So just bringing my jetty in a little bit, I decided it was a bit too long. So you can see there, it's 2 by 5 squares. Now we're going to begin planting our trees. And we've got a mix of hardwood and cedar trees. Of course, I'm terraforming and doing this design in spring, so my hardwood trees currently look like cherry blossom trees, which I thought was very pretty. So as we go along, we are going to just finesse the design by chipping away at the edge of the lake. I've got a few saplings there. We're going to finish off our little square because Lolly finally moved. There we go, chip. I'm just going to make that corner a little less uniform. So now that we have our trees in and we're pretty happy with the shape of our lake, we're going to begin putting in our custom codes and also our flowers and some weeds in part. The good thing about using weeds and flowers and custom codes is that you can still walk around that area. You can run, which I do, and destroy all my flowers, but that's okay. But putting in codes and putting in flowers like that just sort of fills out the area a little bit and makes it feel full without it being too cluttered and ruining your frame rate. So we're just going to put down a few more custom codes here, as well as some more flowers. Okay, now that we're happy with that, we're going to put in another custom code. This is a collection of rocks which are from the same user or the same custom code creator that I had earlier on screen right at the beginning of this episode, and I'll also put that in the description below. And I just go around and see which rocks I feel actually work as the path, and we're going to put that all around our lake. Now, as you can see, our lake is getting quite big. But that's what we want. We want a big lake. So I tried to keep the path as connected as possible, but if there was a couple of gaps here and there, I wasn't too worried about it because, again, this is the lake and it's not meant to be as uniform. It's a little bit more natural, which sort of fits what I'm going for with my island, which is like a reclaimed island sort of feel. This little area here means that I can jump over there, and now we've connected it back to the beginning. So now we're going to put in our items. First we're going to put in some log stakes, and we're just going to see which items fit in the area. If you see a blank space, just put an item there and see. So I've just put in an iron garden table and a matching chair. Just put a mush lamp in the corner there. And more flowers and more codes as we go along. So we've got a garden wagon, our anthurium, because it wouldn't be a video if I didn't have an anthurium in there. And we're just going to put a garden bench on the edge of the lake there. Moved a couple of the trees and then added some log stakes and a garden lamp. I like to keep a few items on hand just so I can swap out if I need to. We're just going to put in some finishing details, move the trees a little bit, wild log bench, and of course more flowers. When in doubt, put in more flowers. A bird bath, garden. And that is the design. So we're just gonna have a look. As you can see the edge of the lake, which I quite like. I like being able to see what's on the other side there. And yeah, this is pretty much the build. It was quite simple, and it was predominantly more terraforming than it was an item-based design. I really enjoyed doing this project. Terraforming, I mentioned in my live stream, is not my forte. So these huge big terraforming projects were a way to really push myself, and I decided that I would do a shorter version of this build for you. So you didn't have to sit there for 2 hours and watch me do it, though if you want to, please go ahead. So I hope you found this speed build useful and inspiring, and if you try something like that, tag me on Instagram, or yeah, let me know, because I would love to see it. I love seeing your guys' designs. And if there's any other build that you'd like me to do, or a style, please leave me a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe. Honestly, the channel has grown so much, and it's just surprised me, and I really cannot thank you enough for all the love that you have given this channel. So yeah, I hope you stay healthy, and I hope you stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys!